How's it going, everybody? I'm Allie Burns with Picks and Parlays, and we are talking Thursday night football player props. We're looking at the Falcons and the Bucs today, and who I've got with me, I'm glad you asked. It's Sniper Wes, everybody. Sniper Wes, you are crushing our player props. How's it going, friend?
I'm doing good. I believe I went 4 out of 5 last week on last week's Thursday night game, which is very good. I think I might have sent you my record last night. We're doing okay. We had some plus money winners, so I'm pretty sure we're above water as far as, being in the green.
Yeah. I think you're 25 and 20 was what you said. And I have been double checking that through stats too. Not just you, everybody. But yeah, lots of plus money plays in there too. So yeah, let's make some more of it. How about that? Let's make some more money for the viewers.
Heck to the yes.
Heck to the yes. Okay, so we're looking Falcons at the Buccaneers. Falcons are 4-9. Bucs are 7-6. Bucs are the favorite here, -4.5. The total's of 44.5. So lay it on me. Where are we going to start? You want to start on your total? I know that's where you like to go.
Yes, absolutely. Let's start with the total in this game. And so if you remember the Bucs, they won the first head-to-head matchup. It was back in week 1. The season kicked off and these two teams played. The Buccaneers did win by a field goal. That was a long time ago. Both these teams are very banged up now, right? Mike Evans, actually, he might play here for Tampa Bay. He's been practicing with the team. He had a broken collarbone, if you remember, earlier in the season. But it looks like he might actually play here. Atlanta, they're really banged up as well. Obviously, no Michael Penix. He is out for the season. Kirk Cousins has played, and he has played underwhelming football. He has not looked like the same quarterback that he was back in Minnesota, right? Both these teams have 500 records as it relates to the over-under, right? I think they're both 7-6, to the over and under. So it's kind of hard to find a real advantage there. But don't forget, so Baker Mayfield, he had that injury to his left shoulder, and I think it's really affecting him because they've only averaged 16 points per game, 15.7 to be more accurate, points per game across their last 3 games. So they're really struggling offensively, really struggling to move the ball. The Falcons, they averaged 19 points per game, but a lot of that, if you remember, that came with Michael Penix at the helm. Cousins just has not been able to move the ball. He has not passed the ball that well at all. They couldn't do anything against Seattle last week, and I get that Seattle has a very good defense. But, Atlanta is going to play outdoors. This game is in Tampa Bay, so when dome teams play outdoors, I always kind of look to fade that team or take a look at the under because dome teams, they just don't play well outdoors historically. So give me the under in this game. We are sitting at 44.5, -110 at FanDuel. I always look at FanDuel for all these lines on the prop show. Yeah, but it's 44.5 pretty much at every book in Vegas. So that's probably what you're going to find it at. I don't know if it's really going to move. I think it'll probably stay right there, right under that key number of 45. But I think that's right where it belongs. And I like the under 44.5 here.
Now, one thing I've noticed, you were saying that there's not really a trend for the Falcons or the Bucs as far as totals goes, but you take a lot of unders for Thursday night football. Is that a trend that Thursday night football games tend to go under?
Primetime games in general. I love to look at unders. Does that mean every primetime game goes under? Obviously not. No. But it's just a spot where the nation is watching you. Everybody knows that. It's a standalone spot. And historically, if you look at the numbers in all primetime games, since the beginning of time, I don't have the number in front of me, but I bet you the under is hitting a little bit more than the over.
Do you think that, and just real quick, sorry viewers, I just have a quick question. It might help you too. Do you think that's because the number's inflated because it is prime time and public likes to bet the over, so they build that up?
It very well could be. It very well could be everyone wants to watch this game because everybody can watch the game because it's on TV. And therefore, everyone's pounding the over. Therefore, the Bucs have to move the number up because they have too much liability on the other side. So you make a very good point. It could have a lot to do with the public action on the game.
Just something I've noticed because I've done these Thursday night picks with you all season long. So just wanted to ask. All right, let's move on to some player props. What we're all here for. First up, we're going to look at the Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield. What do you got going on here?
I'm going to go under here for Baker. So obviously, I mentioned that he has that injury to his left shoulder. And he just has not looked like the same quarterback. He's only averaging 158 passing yards per game in the last 3 games, right? He completed 47% of his passes against the Saints. He's been saying in the media, I watched a couple of his press conferences, that they are going to figure it out. Like I said, he does get Mike Evans back this week, but it's a lot of yards here. It's 219.5 for a guy that's just averaging 160 his last 3, and he has that injury. And he just last week, if you remember the Saints, they got after him too. That offensive line for Tampa is not protecting him very well. So I'm going to go under here. I think that's the right side. You can find this minus 114 at FanDuel, under 219.5.
Love that one. All right, good look on that. Okay, so Falcons running back Bijan Robinson. We've been watching this guy all year long. What do you have going on with him?
It's funny. So Bijan, so his name's actually, I think he told everybody he wants to be called Bijan, right? Bijan Robinson. But it's also funny because I've watched some interviews that he does on certain shows and podcasts that I follow. He created a mustard company called Bijan.
I was going to say, like the mustard Bijan?
Yeah. No, literally, he started Bijan's Dijon. It's a mustard that I guess you can get in the Atlanta area. But I don't know why he wants to be called Bijan, because that kind of goes against the tagline for the mustard. But anyway.
Right. I love that, though.
But,
I dig that. Okay. It's like Jimmy Butler with his Big Head Coffee. I loved that. Remember in the bubble, he was selling coffee?
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, anyway, back to football. Sorry, go ahead.
So, I'm going to take Bijan. So this is an interesting proposition here. I'm going to take him to record 25 or more rushing yards in each half, okay? You can find this under game specials at FanDuel. It's minus 120. So it's 25 or more rushing yards each half. So the Falcons, they don't have very many offensive weapons. Drake London, he hasn't played for a while. He's out. I mean, like I said, Kirk Cousins, he's been struggling a little bit. So Bijan's basically all the Falcons really have is an offensive weapon. If they have any chance to win this game, and they very well could win this game, I think the spread is 3.5. So they just have to get him involved. He's their number one offensive weapon. He's arguably the best running back in the NFL. And I think they get him involved in the first half. I think it's probably going to be a close game going into the third quarter as well. So they're going to want to keep him involved. I think they keep handing him the ball. He probably gets the ball 18 or more times. The game total for him is set at 73.5, which I entertain going over that number. But if you think about it, we can get to 60 yards and still win this bet because he, 55 and 55 or like 30 and 30, right? That's 60 yards there. So I didn't really want to go over for the game, but I just think that they're going to make it a point to get him involved in the first half and the second half. And I think it's going to go over 25 plus in each half. So give me Bijan Robinson to record over 25 and over 25 rushing yards basically in each half. That's minus 120 under game specials at FanDuel.
I like that a lot. That's spicy, like his mustard. I like that a lot. All right, let's look at Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, so, to say Kyle Pitts is a disappointment is probably an understatement. He came out of Florida, and he was supposed to be the next, greatest thing since sliced bread, since we're talking about mustard, right? But
I'm going to need a sandwich when this whole video is done, okay?
Some Capriottis. There's plenty of them all over
It's
here.
across the street.
So, but he was supposed to be an all-pro tight end, and he just has not lived up to the hype. Like I said, Cousins has been struggling. I don't see him getting 60 yards here. We're looking at 59.5. Minus 114 at FanDuel. Sign me up. Kyle Pitts under 59.5 receiving yards.
Let's freaking go. All right. Okay, moving right along. This is the last one for the round. Then I'm going to do a recap and give you guys Sniper's top shot of the show. His number one best bet out of all of these. We're looking at a field goal prop here. I like this also. What do you got happening?
Yeah, we're going to go the Falcons. 2 or more made field goals in the game. Minus 125. This is under the defense and special teams tab at FanDuel. I just don't think the Falcons are going to be able to finish drives. They're struggling on offense. They do have Bijan. I do think Bijan has a great game. But I just think once they get in field goal range or the red zone, I think they're going to have stalled drives and 2 or more made field goals. That's pretty easy for any NFL team to hit on any given Sunday or Monday or Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So not much of a handicap here, other than I just think that because Cousins is struggling, they're going to struggle to finish drives. It's going to be the Falcons, 2 or more made field goals, minus 125 at FanDuel.
I dig it. Okay, good round, man. I'm into all of that. Now, people at home, if you're looking for Sniper Wes's premium plays, check him out right here, picksandparlays.net. I don't know if y'all are watching that ticker at the bottom right now, but Sniper Wes is dominating college football. He was 6-0 over the last 7 days. That's $600 for you 100-unit bettors. Big freaking deal is what that is. Sniper, tell the people what they can expect when they purchase your premium plays.
Well, you'll get a lot of action because I do it all. I do college basketball, college football, NFL, NHL, NBA. So pretty much every sport that also UFC too. So pretty much any sport that's going on right now, you will receive plays from me. Also, the bowl season is upon us, and starting December 13th, I think that's Saturday. It's the first bowl. It's the LA Bowl. By the way, it's the LA Bowl with Gronk. That's got to be a fun party, right? But
right? No shit. What are you doing? We should go. Let's roll.
Yeah, go back home to LA and check it out. Actually, you know what? I heard today that SoFi, where the game is going to be at SoFi Stadium, where the Rams play, they're selling.
I saw the Rams Chargers there a few years
back. They're selling tickets for $50 for this bowl game, the LA Bowl. So
those are going to go quick. That's a tiny stadium.
Yeah, you can go check out the LA Bowl with Gronk for $50. It's probably the best buy in town this weekend, to be honest.
I can actually get us tickets to the Bucs if you want at that stadium.
Wow. It's only about 4 hours away for us, right?
Mm-hmm. And I have a house in Costa Mesa that I stay at. So this is already a thing that I've got sorted out in my life.
Maybe we're going to have to put something on the calendar after this.
Right.
But anyway, you can get basically every single sport. We have bowl season upon us, and we have the Army-Navy game, which I have a huge selection in on Saturday. I really like an angle on that game. And I had my worst Sunday in the NFL this last week. For anybody that bought my package, I apologize tremendously, but you should probably buy my package for next week because I'm probably going to kill it. I have destroyed the NFL all season long. You can ask any one of my clients. It's just last week was just a terrible week. Although in college football, I made up for it. I went 6-0 in college, and I couldn't win a game in the NFL. So go figure. But
you're in a bounce back spot, is what it is. You're just in a bounce back.
End of the year, it'll always even out.
Yeah, that's just it. You still have a positive record. It's just part of it. It's just part of it, people. You win some and you lose some. So again, check out Wes's premium plays, his real top shots right here at picksandparlays.net. Okay, let's do a quick recap on everything and we'll give you Sniper's top shot. Also, don't forget, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to us at Picks Parlays. Follow us over on X at Picks Parlays. And here we go. So starting this off with an under 45.5 for the entire game. We're talking about Baker Mayfield. He's going under 219.5 passing yards for the game. He's just playing one that night, just the one. Falcons running back Bijan Robinson, 25 rush yards each half, over 25 rush yards each half. I like that one. Tight end Kyle Pitts, we're going to roll with him under 59.5 receiving yards. I like that one a lot. And I like all these plays a lot. Falcons field goal prop, we're going with the Falcons 2+ field goals in the game. And what is your top shot, my friend?
I got to go Bijan after all the sandwich talk. So Bijan. So it's 25 plus each. So he can go 25 in the first, 25 in the second. You'll cash the ticket. Beautiful. I just think they're gonna have him involved all game. And to be honest, I think that number's a little bit low.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, especially where Baker's out with his shoulder and and all the things. I get it. I totally see I'm picking up what you're putting down, Sniper West. I'm catching what you're throwing here, friend. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching the show. Check us out next week. We'll have more player props coming your way right here at picksandparlays.net.